Hey, what's going on? So I wanted to bring some kind of bad news. So I don't want to, but I feel that I should. So what they found out about the virus, which I'm not going to mention by name because it's ridiculously censored. What I found out today is that instead of the waves that it's going to come in, they expect it now to not die out in the summer. They expect it to just keep going around. The way they put it was that it'll just keep popping up here and there, like the flu or the cold. um, so that would mean that they can just declare the martial law thing, the medical, oh, virus is here, nobody can leave their house anytime or all the time, whenever they want. Same thing they did with terrorists after 9/11. Um, they're using this again to have carte blanche, only this time it's very totalitarian, downright terrifying. The other thing about the virus that is also quite concerning is that they found 3 different strands of this virus. And here's the interesting part. The strand that the other 2 mutated off of started in the United States. They call it strand A. All of the United States is covered with strand A. B is in China, and I can't remember where C is, but so it proves that it was in the United States because it mutated from here, which is what I've been saying all along. That it's probably from the U.S. because why would China do that to themselves? I mean, it could have been an accident, so I wasn't sure, but now, yeah, which lends even more to the possibility that this was an intentional attack on China and Iran. That's not a proven, but this is more circumstantial evidence that seems to suggest that, especially since we've been claiming all this time that it started in China at a wet market. Bat soup, right? But we knew, if you've been listening to me, that this was not a natural virus. This was engineered. This was weaponized. So that said, now there's 2 different strands of it out there. Well, if it's mutating like that, then how do you get a vaccine if it just keeps changing? You can't. That's why if there's the flu every year is a little different and they have to get a whole new vaccine. So that's going to make this thing damn near impossible to chase when it's not seasonal. And it was built it was built to mutate, and we haven't seen what it can mutate into because the A that we have is not the same strain that China had, and I think Iran also had one of the mutated stronger strains. So this could mutate into something god awful because this is its first time around and it's only been a couple months. Well, it's been since November, that's what they're saying. And I'm sure that this virus goes back to that vaping illness, the vaping sickness that suddenly disappeared when this virus came around. It's got all the exact same symptoms, and it was a really strange virus. They blamed it on vaping. How convenient. But they have that whole agenda to get rid of marijuana, you know. All these old guys who have never smoked pot are afraid of it. So, oh, no, you can't smoke pot. There's nothing in the Bible that says not to smoke pot, so I'm not trying to hear that. So religious arguments. Anyways, I digress. This virus has been mutating. That means you can say bye-bye to a vaccine that's effective. The fact that it's not coming in waves and it's not going to go downhill in the summer means it's not seasonal. It's going to be here all year long, and it'll just pop up here and there as it wants to. However, what we're finding out from these numbers that they've been hiding is that this is not nearly as contagious, or I should say it doesn't normally make you sick. It is a very, very low percentage of the time that people get sick from having this virus. And it looks like the virus is really widespread, like really, really widespread, extremely contagious, but it's rare that you actually get really sick from it. It's like way less than 1% that people get sick enough to go to the hospital or anything. But we don't know the number yet because they haven't tested the general public, taking a section of healthy people and sick people all together, just a random sampling to see how many people, what kind of percentage have the virus. Not just that they're sick, because they've got 20% of the people who have the virus that they know about who came in sick are sick. So all of the people that they have tested, 20% are sick. But that doesn't represent the general public. And when they do the numbers like that, it makes it look a lot worse than it is. And they've been messing with the numbers. They mess with them a lot. What are they up to? I think I know what they're up to. I think they're trying to make more people more scared, infect more people, so that the virus has more clients or more customers. That's dark, but I think that's what's going on. I don't know why else they would intentionally slow things down and just sabotage and do all this crap and not want to test and making sure that only certain people test. It's really, there's something up, and I really think it's the vaccine, but I don't know for sure. Hopefully we'll see.